What's up, everybody? It's Winning Wednesday. You already know the vibes. It's your girl, Brandi, Harvey. Drop where you listen from, where you watching from. It's Winning Wednesday. How y'all doing? As soon as I started, I got this little tickle in my throat. How y'all doing this Winning Wednesday? Good to see y'all. Atlanta, Georgia's in the building. Cleveland, Ohio is most definitely in the house. It's Winning Wednesday. How y'all doing today? Good to see y'all in the building. All my replay watchers, good to see you. Go ahead and drop where you're listening from, where you're watching from. It's Winning Wednesday. I'm still trying to pull up because I want to see the comments. You know, I can't help myself. I want to see the comments. How y'all doing? It's Winning Wednesday. Good to see you guys in the building. How are y'all? Good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. Y'all, Orlando, Florida, good to see you in the building. It's Winning Wednesday. Now, y'all, I know y'all know my word for the year is audacity. And I feel as though Barbados is in the building. It's Winning Wednesday. I feel as though I needed to just go in and talk a little bit more about audacity this week. I have turned on the comments, so my tablet is up and running. How y'all doing? It's Winning Wednesday. Virginia's in the building. Good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. Bermuda is in the building. Good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. Now, y'all, let me tell y'all about this. I just want to, first of all, before I go any further, I want to shout out Nakia. Nakia, who is the heartbeat of all things Vault and Powers. She works behind the scenes. This child just had a set of twins. She was married this year. She and her longtime beau, they got married. Y'all, but she had a set of twins on Christmas. Y'all, I didn't even know she had the babies on Christmas. We talking after the top of the year, and I said, oh, yeah. And then she was like, oh, I saw you posted the babies' names on Instagram. She was like, well, Brandi, I had the babies. I said, I'm sorry. Y'all, this girl has continued to show up to work. This girl has been on calls, then been on emails. First of all, we was planning her maternity leave for, you know, when the babies were due. They came early. So now we're trying to work through who her person is coming, all the things. I was telling her before I got on the call, I said, I just got to tell you how amazing you are. Because, and I want to publicly do it because y'all, let me say this, Mississippi. Let me say this. When we talk about audacity, when we talk about intentionality, when we talk about showing up in spaces and taking up space, y'all, sometimes people ain't even gonna know the level of audacity you have. And Nakia, baby, she has shown me audacity on a whole nother level because this girl has shown up. She done been on calls. She done sent emails, all the things, and still working to make sure she has her replacement in place to help her team. Y'all, I just, Lord, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that she has shown up in the way that she has. I am so grateful. I could not even ask. But here's how I know people will show up, because you know, if you treat people right now, okay, some of y'all out here having people, expecting people to do shit for you, and you treat people like trash. You treat people crazy. So, all right, that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to get off of it. So anyway, they said they love you, Nakia. Nakia, she got a fan club. Y'all, I just want to say, in this level, this season of audacity, I got to tell y'all a story, because this past week, I taught a vision board course for a corporation. It was corporate. You know, I don't really consider myself a corporate girly, but your girl had a corporate gig on Monday. So Monday, I taught a vision board course for a company. They wanted to do this for their staff. I was brought in by HR to lead this. It was about 15 people in the room for the vision board activity for the company, and then they have people online. Now, if you don't know, we launched a vision board course through Vault and Power Talk, so you can still purchase that from us. We do have it available. It's a digital vision board course. And so I have done this digitally and online, but I taught a class in person. And I taught this class on Monday, And I use as an example, I use my very own vision board. Now, I have created my own vision board through Canva. So it's digital, it's on my phone, it's a screensaver on my phone. If y'all know, my dad has talked about vision boards in the past. He has also put it on his phone, all the things. Rebecca says she loves vision boards. So, Rebecca, I taught this vision board course. Now, it was a very diverse staff that they did the course. Now I got to give y'all a backstory because the lady who was supposed to teach the course, whoever this was, something fell through and she couldn't do it. So on Friday, my training partner reaches out to me and was like, "Hey, I remember you said you did a vision board course before. Like, would you be able to teach, a class in person on Monday? Our person fell through. Now it's Friday. Now, y'all, I get the message. I'm like, yes, what is your budget?" Because wait a minute, your girl is audacious. So guess what? We're gonna take our coins, however we can get them. So Miss Marley says she do a vision board every New Year's Eve. So they asked me on Friday. I was available. I said, I got time. I'm gonna go make a little coin for an hour. They only wanted it for an hour. So I said, okay, I go do the vision board course. Now, what I told them in this class, and this is where I'm going to get to my point, y'all are going to ride with me on this one. Y'all, I said, oftentimes we look at the vision board as a wish list. This is just a wish list. Oh, I want a new house. I want a new car. I want you to reframe what this vision board looks like. This is not a wish list. This is a frequency, right? This is a frequency that we are going to live by, a frequency of how we're going to conduct our lives in this year. This is not a wish list. This is we're not dreaming about some stuff. This is a vision strategy. We are creating a vision strategy for how we are going to approach our year. And what I told them on Monday is this is what you're going to give your time, your energy, and your attention to on this vision board. I said, everything that you put on this vision board is what you are going to give your time, your energy, and your attention to. And so, y'all, I do all this, have a couple slides, and then I show them my vision board. Now, at the top of my vision board, I have audacity, because y'all know that that's the word I'm living for this year. She said, Rebecca said, I didn't know about doing it on Canva. I need a new one. So I showed the people how to do it. They had like the little scissors and glue sticks and all that kind of stuff for people in the magazines. But for the people who wanted a digital one, I showed them how to do it on Canva. And so on the top of my board is audacity. And around audacity, I have things like go with the flow, because in this season, in order to be audacious, you're going to understand that, guess what? Everything is not in your control and in your power. Some stuff is beyond you. So you're going to have to be able to go with the flow. You're going to have to take big, bold leaps of faith. That is on my vision board. I also have, other things that I want to accomplish. For those of y'all who don't know, this is your first time joining, I'm going to Princeton Seminary in May. I'm going to seminary. I put number one. I put a goal, number one. Because I want to be number one in my class. I want to go in there and attack this with honors. I'm going to have honors in this program. Just know your girl going to have all the ropes come when she graduates. So I said, I want honors. The art of wellness is important to me. I have pictures at a ranch because I want to spend more time at the ranch, at the Harvey Legacy Ranch. I have like apothecary, and I have herbs because I want to get more into herbaling and creating medicines and salves and methods for me to be able to sustain myself and the people I love. All of these things are on my vision board. I'm a sought after speaker. I'm at the top of my game. I told Carly when I was going there, she was like, oh, what you got? I said, girl, I'm at the top of my game. She was like, okay, Meg the Stallion. Listen, my mantra for the year, I'm at the top of my game. I am at the top of my game. It's on my vision board. All these things are on my vision board. And so as I'm talking about this to the people who I'm with on Monday in the class, I said, I have such a high level of audacity that I'm operating in this year. And I said, I would implore you to do the same thing. I said, the thing about audacity, as I said, because some of y'all was trying to figure out who I was when I came in, and the girl was dressed. She had a cute little outfit, all the things. Everybody was like, oh, you look so cute. You look so nice. I love your outfit. I said, I know when I walked up in here, some of y'all said, oh, the audacity of her. Who does she think she is? Carly said, did you say that? I said, I sure did. I said, because I got audacity. I'm going to say some things in this year that's going to make people say, oh, I can't believe she said that. I'm going to do some things this year, but I can't believe she did that. I'm going to walk into rooms and own some spaces that, baby, you didn't think I was going to take up space in. There's a level of audacity. Me even going to teach that class on a corporate level on Monday said, I'm going to be audacious. I'm going to do things that I haven't done. They don't typically call your girl in to take up to do a class on a corporate level. I don't really get that many corporate gigs. But I said this year, every room I walk into, I'm going to own it. Every space I walk in, I'm going to own it. And so for this year, for everybody who is wondering how they're going to approach their life, how they're going to spend their time, their energy, what they're going to give their attention to, I implore you to have a level of audacity. You know, I told my homegirls, I said, we're going to have the audacity that men have. Okay, because some of us women don't understand. Men they audacious. Men be out here just being audacious. They just have audacity for no reason. Okay, so we're gonna have that same level of audacity. And so I said I'm gonna have an exorbitant amount of audacity in this year, and I'm gonna do things. I'm gonna take up space. I think for anybody who is looking to be successful in their life, you got to have a high level of audacity. You got to have a spirit of boldness, of fearlessness when you walk into the year. And I think that there are so many people that are sitting around waiting for life to happen, waiting for them to be asked, waiting for them to be told something. When are you going to have that level of audacity and walk into your life and go full force at the thing that you want? Sandra said, yes, I am going to own every space I walk into. We have been taught as women, we have been taught as Black women to go into a space. Don't say too much, don't do too much, be kind, let them like you, be likable, be nice, be sweet. All of the things that we have been told to be as women, as Black women. We've been told, oh, don't do too much. Don't go in there acting like you got no attitude. Don't act like you better than nobody. Oh, be humble, be meek. I tell people all the time, they say the meek shall inherit the earth. That's not going to be the thing I inherit because I ain't meek. Listen, Miss Sandra says she don't take up space. We have been told for centuries that the best place for us is to be quiet and don't talk too loud and don't cause too much attention. Don't bring too much attention to yourself. Don't say that too loud. Don't be too boisterous. Don't be aggressive. Be feminine. All of these things that we have been taught to be. And where has that gotten you? I'll wait. Where has that gotten you? In this season, I am stepping so boldly out on faith. I am stepping so far out into the abyss of the thing that is my life, my calling, my gift, my power. I am walking so boldly into that. And I want to take other people with me. You know, the thing about Harriet Tubman, what made Harriet such a great warrior, such a great woman, is that when she found her way to freedom, what did she do? She went back and got other people. And I think on this road of audacity, I am walking in the road to freedom because y'all know I'm already free. We already free. We're just going to be more audacious with it, right? My goal is to go back and just get some more women who want to go be free. I'm going to get some more women who want to walk boldly into this new land, new frontier, new territory that we're walking in to take up space in. And so for that means that guess what? As we become more audacious, we're going to have to get some more skills, right? We're going to have to do some things that we've never done before. So here's what I'm saying for all the people who are trying to map out, what does this year look like? How can I be more audacious? How can I step boldly and fearlessly into this new frontier of my life? I am going to ask you to try something new every month. That means at the end of this year, you're going to have 12 new things that you have acquired, that you have learned, that you have decided to do over the next year. I want you, this is the homework assignment, so people drop it in the comments. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. I want you to find 12 new things. You can sit down and write that list of 12 things that you're going to do. You can write it down, or you can say, you know what, this month I'm going to do this. I'm going to see what comes up next month. I'm going to try something new. You can plan it out, or you can try to find it and be adventurous along the way. Here's one of the things I'm doing. I'm doing a class. I said, I'm going to go back to doing all the things that are very simplistic that we learned years and years and centuries ago, right? Very simple things, simple ways of life. I'm going to start learning all those things. That's why herbalism, that's why agriculture is such a big thing on my vision board for this year, of learning plants and learning all these things that I can be able to move in a different way in on my journey. I am going to implore you to do 12 new things this year, whether that's taking a class, whether that's doing something, maybe that's learning a language. Some of us know we need to learn some Spanish. We've been playing around with it and we ain't got no Spanish under our belt. We still be looking around, looking crazy. Baby, we need to learn us another language. Some people, you know that you not gonna end your days here in the Americas. You're gonna go somewhere else. You need to learn a new language. So whatever it is, I'm taking a mending class. So I'm learning, going back to learning mending. I was a Girl Scout, all the things that I was, that I knew how to do as a kid. I'm going back to that. I start taking a mending class. I'm going to go take me another art class this year. I'm going to take me an art class this year. I'm going to learn. I'm going to focus in on Spanish. I'm giving y'all things that I know I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to take some other food classes this year. All these things are so powerful. So I want you, as you draw this vision board, as you create this vision board for your life, I want you to let me see what I can do new. Let me see what I can learn to do. Miss Sandra said, wow, I'm going to do something new this month. Thank you for this. So empowering. So excited. You make things fun when we are doing the work. This is the thing. There is a whole big world out here. There is so much that we do not know. There is so much that we haven't even encountered. There's so much that we haven't even experienced. And we keep doing the same mundane thing every single day of our lives that becomes monotonous, the day in and day out tasks. What if you said, for the next year, I'm going to do something new? Some of y'all may need to read y'all a book, because y'all ain't done that since they was doing proficiency tests back in 1990. Okay, some of y'all ain't read no books since high school. 54% of Americans read at a 6th grade level. Are you on that end of the spectrum? You should be reading a new book, right? Maybe that's you reading one new book a month. That would be 12 books. I was sitting down with my line sister the other day. We were talking about books we're reading. We were having lunch on Sunday, and we were all talking about books we're reading. And she said, oh, I did 300 some books last year. I said, you what? She said, I did 300 some books. Now she reads, she's a judge, so she listens to a lot of audiobooks. And so most of the books that she's done are through audiobook. She said she completed over 300 some books, 300 odd books this year. I said, girl, I thought I was killing the game. I said, because I read over 30, I did 34 books last year. I did 34 books last year. I thought I was killing the game. She said she did over 300. Y'all, perspective, right? There's somebody who done read 34, think they killing the game. There's somebody who read over 300 books. They killing the game. So maybe reading a new book every month might be the thing that separates you in the season of your life. Reading a new book. I'm taking a mending class, gonna do an art class, gonna focus in on learning Spanish. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be fluent in Spanish and be able to sit up and have a dignitary meeting in Spanish. No, I didn't say that. But I need to be able to learn some real basic phrases that can carry me and be able to interact in a very loving way. All right. Pooh Bear said I did 30 last year, 30 books. I thought I was killing it, y'all. And guess what? My line sister said, oh, I did over 300. It was like, okay, this year I'm gonna step my game up. I'm gonna finish over 50 books. I said, okay, I gotta get it together. Now I got some books on audio that I'm reading, some books in physical copy. Here's the first book. If you are looking for something to read and you want to join me in a conversation, I'm gonna give you your first book. If you know you ain't read no books since they was Jesus was in swaddling clothes in a manger, this your book. Sky Full of Elephants by Sibo Campbell. I'll be discussing this on Winning Wednesday with Carly. We will be discussing this book on February the 4th. February the 4th. So if you are looking for a new book to read, this is going to be a book. Sky Full of Elephants. I have pictures in here of my homegirls in this book, but just know. So Sky Full of Elephants. Here's the premise of this book, because I read this book 2025. I ended out the year reading this book and another book called The Yellow Life, which is by Sadiqa Johnson. This book is about one day, all the white people vanish and they walk into the nearest body of water in the United States and what the United States became after that. And so this book, Sky Full of Elephants, it tackles so many things, whether it's like we think of Afrofuturism, we think of dystopias, we think of self-love, identity, father-daughter relationships, creating spaces to exist, taking up space in the world. This book tackles all of those things. So if you need a new book to start off your reading trend for the year, Sky Full of Elephants, Sibyl Campbell. Nakia has dropped in. You can get that on our Amazon store. So I want people to do something new this year. Like, I'm excited. I told people, I was like, I'm taking classes this year. Your girl is becoming even more of a Renaissance woman in this year. And so I want people who want to go on that journey. I want you to say, when you look at your vision board, you want stuff that is not, it does not feel like a wish list. We're not creating wish lists. We making checklists, to-do lists. All right. In this season of our lives, we are grown-ups. All right. This is not no hocus pocus type stuff. This is not no, oh, I think abracadabra. No, this is like, I want to create a checklist for my life. Over this next year, I want you to think about, what do I want my life to look like? What am I going to give my time, my attention, my energy to over this next year? Maybe it's fitness. Maybe it's you getting in the best shape of your life. Maybe it's you reclaiming your health and getting those numbers that the doctor, those reports that the doctor has given you. Maybe it's about getting a new perspective on how you treat your body, right? Maybe it's about, let me get my cholesterol, my A1C levels. Let me get those things together. Then I can go out here and do something else. Maybe you learn how to swim. Yo, one year I went, and I'm going to tell y'all this story. One year, this is actually 9 years ago. It was my dad's 60th birthday party in Anguilla, and had this yacht. Now I know it sounds like rich people problems, very like rich world stuff. Okay, I know. Just walk with me, okay? Your girl got a story for you. So y'all, I go to the birthday party. They have this slide off the yacht. Now, my siblings, you know, they can swim and all that. Your girl couldn't swim. And so, but everybody was doing it. And I have such a fear. I had such a fear of water, y'all. I had such a fear of water. I did not like, and I think it's definitely some post-traumatic slave syndrome, okay? Because your girl did not like water. But everybody was going off this slide. You go up to the top of the yacht and it's this slide that goes off. And I'm sitting up here like, I was feeling like I want to be fearless. I want to do it. So I had on a life vest, y'all. Now, this is the thing about fear. It don't matter what's around you, what's keeping you afloat. Sometimes the fear permeates all of that, right? So I get at the top of this. Everybody done gone up. Everybody's on the boat watching. It's like tens. They basically are like, you know, judging people's landing off this slide. So I said, I'm going to do this fear. Now, nobody knows that I have a fear of water at this point. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows that I'm scared out of my mind doing this. I'm deciding to do this scared. Nobody understands this. Only me in my own mind. It's the thing about your life, right? Nobody knows what's going on in your mind. Nobody has an understanding but you. But somehow you decide to do it anyway and do it scared. And so, y'all, I go to the top. I got on the life vest and I go to the top and I slide down this slide that goes into the ocean. Y'all, there was so much fear. that took over me. I had on a life vest. Your girl was not going to drown. But I was still scared out of my mind because the fact that I hit the water and I went under the water, me being submerged in water was the fear. It was all of the things. It was probably all my ancestors rising up saying, "Oh Lord, we ain't done this. This is the last time you did this. You jumped." All the things, right? Y'all, I do this, but when I get in the water, I was literally paralyzed with fear. They thought like I couldn't really even move. They send the captain to jump off the boat to help me get to, now I'm pissed. Okay, y'all, I just want y'all to know. Now I'm pissed because this white man jumped in thinking he gonna have to save me. But wait a minute, bitch, I'm not about to do that. Like, you ain't about to just get me out here looking stupid. So I get my ass, wave my butt to the side and pull myself up. I was sitting there. I was so scared. Everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. Later on that night, we were at dinner and everybody was like, "Oh, when you came out the water, you was looking so." I said, I was trying to break a fear. And they were like, "What?" I said, I was trying to break through my fear. I have this thing about my head being submerged in water. I have this thing that it just totally paralyzes me. So I was really just trying to push through the fear. So when I said this, everybody who was listening to me was like, "Oh." I didn't know because see, they just thought I was looking crazy and I was looking stupid. No, I was jumping past my fear. And so what I said when I got back home from that trip, I said, I'm not going to let fear paralyze me again. I'm going to do something about it. So what did I do? I signed up to take a swimming class at the Y. It wasn't at the Y. It was actually at the Martin Luther King. It was the newly renovated Martin Luther King Center down over like Grant Park area. And a friend of mine, I told my homegirl, and she said, "Well, Brandi, I want to learn how to swim too." Then I told my other two friends, and they said, "I want to learn how to swim too." So guess what? The four of us every Friday for 8 weeks met to learn how to swim. I'm telling y'all that story because when you jump past the fear, you've now given somebody else the permission to jump past their fear too. Somebody said, "Well, wait a minute, I want to learn how to swim, but I ain't never thought about going to do it by myself. I just needed somebody to go with me." So because I wanted to jump past my fear, and I said, I'm going to take the road and I'm going to get up on that slide and I'm going to do everything and I'm going to do it scared. What it then propelled, what the catalyst was, and see, some of y'all going to miss it. Some of y'all going to catch it in 3 months. Some of y'all won't get it till next year. Because I was able to jump off of that boat that day, I launched myself into a space that said, I'm not going to be scared no more. I'm not going to let this take me down, because the next time this opportunity comes, I'm going to be sure about what I'm doing. I'm going to walk into this full-fledged with full heart, full mind. And so I jumped past my fear. But guess what I said when I was in that life vest? I don't want to ever feel like this again. So when I got home, I decided, let me do a class. Let me go do something that I've never done before. And my big grown self at that age, 10 years ago, I was still in my 30s, almost, was this 9 years ago? 9 years ago, I said, I got home from that trip and I said, I will never let that feeling take my mind, take my body, paralyze me in that way. And so I went home and I said, and guess what? A couple months later, I was in a swim class with 4 of my friends. And every Friday, me and those 3 other Black women got in the water together every Friday for 8 weeks. We got in the water. And guess what? Now, when I am on a vacation, your girl feels great about getting in the water. Now I love what used to be. I'm here to tell y'all, I never used to get in the ocean. I was a pool girl. I was like, oh, no, I don't want to go down to no beach. I don't want to go down to no beach. 9 years ago, I don't want to go down to no beach. I'm going to just lay by this pool. I'm going to go lay by. Now, you can't even catch me at a pool. When I go on vacation, you can't even catch me at the pool. I don't want y'all drinking at the pool, but the bar, twerking on the bar. I don't need none of that. I'm going to be down at the ocean. I'm going to be down on the beach. I'm going to be going to sit in some sand. I'm going to be able to go. I'm going to get in the ocean. I'm going to go get in that water. Because 9 years ago, your girl didn't have that same type of prowess. Your girl didn't have that same type of vigor in her life. I had to go jump past my fear in order to be the woman that you see in front of you. So I'm just here to tell you, I know whatever that you're doing in your life, you're just setting yourself up for something much bigger. They said, challenge yourself to push beyond your fears and your limitations. You empower others when you expose your fears. Y'all said, yes, yes, yes. Listen, somebody might need to go take them a swim class this year. Yo, somebody is going to go take them a swim class this year, and they're going to come back with the report and say, Brandi, because of you, I said, I'm going to go learn how to swim this year. It was because I said, I'm going to do something that I've never done before because I don't want to be left out. I don't want to feel like I can't do something. I don't want to feel like, wait a minute, that's off limits to me. The ocean ain't off limits to you. The ocean ain't off limits to you. And some of us have told ourselves, because of the fear, because it's been so crippling, because we have allowed it to paralyze us, we have said that things were off limits to us. And I'm here to tell you, the ocean ain't off limits. It ain't off limits. Listen, it ain't off limits. We have allowed God to show up so small when he's been just waiting for the opportunity to show up big. We have allowed God to say, wait a minute, God, I know I'm only allotted this much. I'm only allotted just a little piece of it. God's like, wait a minute, who told you that? There's a whole ocean of blessings out here for you. And here you are showing up another year, showing up with your teaspoon when God is saying, bring your bucket. Another year, you have said, let me go to God with my teaspoon, just hoping that he might measure out just a little pitch for me. I'm here to tell you, in this season of audacity, we are showing up with our buckets. We're showing up with our buckets. I am no longer going to play small in anything that I do. And I'm just here to tell you that maybe it just requires you to go take you a class. Maybe it requires you to go get you a book. Maybe it requires you to take the little thing that's suppressing your mind. Maybe it's time for you to remove that, so you can go see something different. Maybe you have to go to another part of town so you can see something different. Maybe you got to go get you a new set of friends so you can see something different. Maybe you're going to have to take the leap of faith in your own life so you can see something different. I'm here to tell you, I was in my 30s and I said, I need to go learn how to swim. Because every time my head got under the water, I couldn't breathe. Oh my God. The fear of being under the water scared the hell out of me. And I said, I am not going to walk into another opportunity being afraid of the water taking over my life. I'm going to go and control the thing. I have dominion over everything in the earth. I have dominion over everything in the earth, baby, including myself. I get to choose again. I get to go do something new. I get to go become something different. You sitting up here wondering why you ain't got no new stuff. You don't have a new mindset. You got to have a new mindset walking into this new year. You got to have a new mindset. And so in this season, we having a new mindset. We doing a shift. Hold on, where is my plug? I'm trying to plug in my phone. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we having a new mindset. Take it from somebody who decided in her 30s, I'm going to learn how to swim. Now, what if you in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s say, you know what, I'm going to go do something new. I'm going to go learn how to swim this year. The only thing, you ain't got to only be taking aqua aerobics. You can go do that too. But sometimes we only go get in the pool when I'm going to go take the aqua aerobics class. What if you learn how to swim? Power learning how to swim. I'm preparing for tomorrow. I'm doing the show. I'm filming some episodes for the show tomorrow. And one of the episodes that I'm looking forward to filming is I'm sitting down with the documentarian who has documented the Alabama brawl. Now, I don't know if y'all remember on August 5th, 2003, it was a Sunday, there was a brawl at the riverfront in Montgomery, Alabama. Now, during this brawl, y'all remember the black man tossed that hat in the air, and then it was another black man that mollywopped that lady with that folding chair. All those things, right? So there's a documentarian, he's a storyteller. His name is William, and he will be coming to film the show tomorrow. Now, the thing about him filming the show tomorrow, and people are like, well, an Alabama brawl, like, why would we care about, I mean, yeah, it happened and all this stuff. But when we look at historically why that was so important and why I'm so excited to have this conversation tomorrow is because when we think about the Montgomery bus boycott was launched December 5th, 1955 in Montgomery, Alabama. August 5th, 2023, we have the Atlanta brawl. Now, what's historical about that riverfront and people, what they have failed to remember and chosen to forget is that that riverfront in Montgomery was the site of a slave port. Right at the tip of that was slave markets, where they have the Renaissance Hotel now. Underneath that used to be where they held slaves. Now, people would say, well, I don't understand why this is important, because historically, if you understand the tremors that were running through Montgomery, you will understand why that riverfront brawl was so important, why it sent viral waves all around the world as to treatment, as to civil rights, as to who gets to tell the story, who gets to be the villain in the story, all of these things. And so I'm excited to have this conversation. But if y'all remember, when the Alabama brawl happened on that Sunday, there was a 16-year-old boy who was on the steamboat, the riverboat, and he worked for the riverboat company. But when he saw that his colleague was being assaulted by a group of white people across on the pier, what did he do? He jumped off the boat and swam 20 meters to go help his colleague. Why is it important that we learn how to swim? Because we don't never know when we might need to swim 20 meters to go help our fellow sister or brother who might be getting assaulted or accosted. I'm telling y'all this because y'all be sitting up here like, well, Brandi, why do I need to? Baby, why not? Because we have been told that spaces are closed off to us, that we're not swimmers. So what do we tell ourselves? Oh, we're not a swimmer. I don't need to learn how to swim. You need to learn how to swim. Everything that they said black people don't do, I need you to go out here and do it. What did they say? They said we didn't play golf. I don't know how they said we didn't play golf when we invented the golf tee. I don't understand that. But guess what? They said we didn't play tennis. What did we go show them? We dominate tennis. What did we say? We dominate golf. Then what did they say? Oh, now it's a bobsledder. Guess what? We go dominate that. I want you to go take up space everywhere where they said you're not supposed to take up space. They said, oh, black people don't do agriculture. Who? We agriculturalists. We were kidnapped. We were human trafficked from Africa to come here and be herbalists and agriculturalists. I want you to take up space in every place that they said you don't belong. I want you to go learn the very thing that they said you forgot you knew. I want you to start going to take up space. I want you to have so much audacity that they see you out in nature. Because the black people, they don't go do nature. Oh, black women, they don't go do that. They don't want to mess their hair up. Black women. I want you to go take up space in everywhere they said you're not supposed to be. They said you're not supposed to be being a farmer because the USDA stole a lot of land. The greatest land heist in American history was done by the USDA. So I want you to go take up some land. They said you don't swim. I want you to get your ass up in the pool. They got swimming caps. They got black women who make swimming caps. So you won't even get no liquor water on your head. I want you to go take up space on pickleball courts and everywhere else they said you're not supposed to be. Come on, y'all. We gonna be have so much audacity that they're gonna be sitting up here like they're gonna have to find some new stuff. They gotta find a new narrative. Y'all got. I know I'm getting off. I don't even know what my subject was today. I don't know. It was just being having audacity. The audacity. I just want us to have so much audacity in 2026 that we go write ourselves back in the history books. Ooh. I want you to have so much audacity that you go write yourself back in the history books that they took you out of. I want you to go do that. That's what I want in 2026. That's what I want. I said, listen, y'all gonna have to call me professor in a minute because I'm gonna have so much audacity. I'm gonna get into these college. I'm gonna go teach me a course in college. I already put that on the list. I'm gonna go become a college professor because I was like, this is my classroom right here. Look at y'all. I got 80 people in the class right now, sitting in the class right now. Look at that. Look at God. I want you to have so much audacity in 2026 that you go write yourself back in the history books that they tried to get you up out of. I want you to have so much knowledge about who you really are that you walk boldly in this next season of your life. I want you to have so much audacity that you reverse engineer everything that they told you you were not. I want you to become that. I want you to just go do that. Oh, okay. They already say you don't read. You might as well go read. Yo, I was reminding myself because when I heard that black people, they say, oh, black people ain't reading up books. These kids can't read. I was watching this thing about the Civil Rights Act, about how, of course, everything is being reversed. And I remember when I voted for Barack Obama in 2008. And when I went to vote for Barack Obama and I stood in the line in 2008, y'all know what I did in that line? I took a book. See, because this was 2008, so we weren't scrolling on our phones. With the phones, we weren't doing all that. So in 2008, so long ago, when I went to stand in line to early vote for Barack Obama, y'all know what I did? I took a book. And you know why I took a book? And every time I go stand in line to vote, you know why I take a book? Because I'm doing two things in that very moment that I was forbidden to do centuries ago. I'm doing two things in that moment, an act of resistance, where they didn't want you to learn how to read. They didn't want you to learn how to write. Your ass couldn't vote. Your ass couldn't hold no land. They were still in that. Every time I go I do another thing that they said I couldn't do. So when I sat in the line, stood in that line to vote for Barack Obama, y'all know what I did? I was reading a book. I was reading a book. And I called my mother. I told her, I said, I was doing the blackest thing I knew how to do when I stood in that line. She said, what? She said, I said, I was reading. I said, I was making them white folks mad. I was making them mad because every time they try to tell you what you can't do, what you're not capable of, go prove it wrong and go do the thing that you know you have been called to do. And so I knew in that moment in 2008, I was going to vote for the first black man to become president of the United States of America. And what was I doing while I was in line waiting to vote? I was reading a book. I was reading. The very thing they told our ancestors they could not do. The very thing that could have gotten you killed. I was in line doing both of them things. And so that level of audacity is what I want us to have in this season of our life. We have more power than we have thought we've had. We have more power. We have more ingenuity. We have more resilience. We have more than we ever thought we would have. Use it. Use it to the best of your ability. Crystal said, yes, that's good. Beautiful. Doing two things. Two things, Crystal. I was doing two things. I just say that two things can exist. Let me say this. I was doing two things because every time I have that level of audacity, Every time I read a book, every time I go back and have historical reference to what our ancestors had to endure for us to sit here, oh, honey, I'm going to do all the things they couldn't do. I'm going to say all the things they couldn't say. And for all the people who sit up here and say, "What? We not them," we better pray to God we got that same type of power and resistance. We better hope so. Listen, I saw an Instagram post that said they didn't take slaves. They kidnapped doctors and entrepreneurs and agriculturalists. That's who was kidnapped. Do y'all understand this? Like, human trafficked. When they have all these ABC specials on him, you are a survivor of human trafficking. Do you not understand that? You are a survivor. You are other people who survived the passage, who did not jump, who did not die. You are a product of those people. And here you are talking about you don't read books. Here you are gonna have the audacity to say you don't read book. You ain't read a book since you was in middle school and high school. That's audacity right there. That is the audacity for you to say that in a world that is meant for you to forget who you are. And you gonna say you don't read no books. I'm off subject today. I didn't go on road. Today. I don't even know. I was saying we having some audacity. I want people who gonna be audacious enough to read some books. I want people who gonna be audacious enough to write some books. Hold up. I want some people who gonna be audacious enough to write their story in 2026. So maybe you taking a swimming class. Maybe you take you a writing class. Maybe you take you a AI tool, learning tool class. Maybe you go step into a cooking class this year. Maybe you go do something that stretches you in a way that gives you a new piece of currency in your book. Maybe it gives you a new tool in your toolkit that you can go out and carry and be exceptionally great. Okay? I want some people bold enough to write a book. Oh, baby, because you know your girl, I'm an author. Hold on. If you didn't know, 2019, I wrote the book Breakthrough Soul Separately. Your girl is an author, so I'm not telling you something I ain't never done. Okay? I'm telling you, what if you were bold enough to not only read a story, but what if you're bold enough to tell your story? What if you were bold enough to document your story? What if you were bold enough to document the story of your neighborhood? What if you were bold enough to walk into a new space and say, wait a minute, I got some knowledge that deserves to be shared here? What if you were bold enough to go give your time, your attention, your energy to some young girls, to some young boys? Listen, what if you were doing it? The real Avia says she's working on that now. She's writing writing a self-help book. She said, you all should read Breakthrough Soul Separately. I'm out here walking on water. I'm out here walking on water. And I want some other people bold enough to walk on water in their own life. What if you were bold enough to get out of the boat of what everybody else was doing around you? You know why I focus on fitness so much? Because it is to see a fit body, that's you. Sometimes you're an anomaly in spaces. People who are fit, that's the new black card for you to be fit. So you gonna tell me you're gonna be fit, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be armed and dangerous with some knowledge, you're gonna know how to shoot from here and from here? Oh, God, come on, y'all. We got the power to be unstoppable. And the only thing getting in the way is your limiting beliefs and your limited fear-based thinking. That's the only thing that's getting in your way. Is that you have succumbed to fear. You have succumbed to the programming that somehow you were less than. You're not less than. You are the mother of civilization. How are you less than? How somebody gonna tell you to play small and you birthed the whole nation? You done birthed the whole world. You done birthed ecosystem. How somebody gonna tell you to play small? Baby, let me help you remind you who I am. When I walk into the room and people be like, oh, you just have this air about you, have this regalness, because I've known from every lifetime I've been in, I've been a queen. I don't need nobody to remind me that. Baby, I remind myself every day. This regal nature that I have, it is because I know where I come from. Every lifetime I've walked through, I've been high counsel. Every lifetime I've walked through, I've been an advisor. Every lifetime I've walked through, I've been a medicine woman. Every lifetime I've walked through, I've been one to be sought out and sought after. I've been that. So when you know that about yourself, you got a different type of walk. When you know that about yourself, you got a different type of talk. You can't talk to me crazy. I got too many boundaries. You can't come at me with that. I go, baby, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me remind you of a few things. You have the power to transform your life. What is it going to require? Maybe it requires a class. Maybe it requires a book. Maybe it requires a YouTube. Maybe it requires a podcast. Maybe it requires you to go. Maybe it requires you to forgive some folks because they not coming back. Maybe it requires you to let some stuff go because you're not going to get no closure. So you can move on right now. Let this serve as a way for you to move on. They're not coming to apologize. They're not coming to give you no closure. Now what you going to do? Move on. Move forward. They're not coming to tell you how sorry they are. They're not coming. So now what you going to do? You're going to move forward in a way that builds your life into the best possible outcome. That's what you're going to do. Success looks good on you. Go move into that. Listen, Miss White said, let me remind you of a few things. Tamasha said she was meant to catch this live. You was meant to catch this live. Okay, some of y'all here catching strays and hands for no reason. Okay, you was meant to get into this live. Okay, this live. You are here to do something exceptional. You are here to move into this season of your life with a level of audacity, and you are not going to apologize for that. So people can say to you, oh, you something about you that's different, or you walking different, or you talking different, and am, and is, yes, next. Like, you are moving in such a way that, yeah, people gonna say it's something different about you. I can't put my finger on it. And all you gonna know is you ain't gotta tell them. You gonna say, baby, because I got a whole new level of audacity. And I know I look different. Yeah, boundaries look different on people. Saying no look different on people. Stop people pleasing, it look different on people. When you stop self-sabotaging, it look different. You look different. Everybody can tell you, oh my God, you look so different. It's just something different about you, baby. It's my audacity. It kicked in. Baby, it's Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. I Power Rangered into a new me. Okay? We are moving into a new era of our lives. So whatever you got to do to activate, I need you to do that. Stop sitting around here letting people play in your face. Because you playing in your face. You about to get smarter. You about to get more equipped. I don't care what y'all got to do. Y'all can go take these classes. Y'all need to understand. Wait a minute. It's some teachers out here. You can go take UA class. You can learn something new. You ain't got to be in elementary school. You ain't got to go to Princeton. There is plenty of teachers and healers and people who can help bring forth and put you and catapult you into a new season of your life. While you over there doom scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, while you over there doom scrolling, you go over there. Let me look up this class. I've been wanting to learn. Listen, they said boundaries look different on people. They said, that's right, Brandi. Say no and don't explain why. No is a complete sentence. In my book, I got a whole affirmation. My no will make room for the yes that I deserve. Some of y'all gonna have to say no. Some of y'all gonna have to stop saying yes to these Negroes. Y'all over here saying yes to people you don't even want to say yes to. You don't want to spend time with them. Some of y'all going out on dates with Negroes. Y'all know y'all don't want it. You don't want that man. Let that man go. Let them leave. What you need a free meal? Let him go be somewhere with somebody who want to go deal with that. Okay? Some of y'all need to say no. Some of y'all, I'm gonna just go out with him because why? You don't like that man. You don't like what he stand for. Why are you going out with him? Because you want a free meal? Girl, sit at home. Girl, learn how to cook something. Listen, Brandi, since I have moved back home to the Twin Cities, I have been on my grind. My girlfriends who are still stuck when I left here in 94 are mad because everything I'm doing now to elevate. And you don't have to, let me say, elevation requires separation. We all know this. The moment you elevate, guess what it's going to do? It's going to create some separation. So we thank God for the separation. Yo, I've been in my head a lot. Tamasha said, I've been in my head a lot and been running from getting active and crossing over into what I know I'm supposed to be doing. I'm completely persuaded this was meant for me to hear this on for me to hear it's time, been time. I'm catching up. There we go. It's time. It's been time. If this is the reminder that you needed to step into your power, we are not powerless. We are not powerless. We are stepping into our power. Some of us got to step into the power. Some of us got to go take some power back. What did Auntie Maxine say? Reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my power. So whatever that looks like for you, I want you to do that. They said she ain't lying about TikTok and my thumb hurt, baby. Now they got the auto scroll. You know, Tamasha, they got the auto scroll now. You can put it on your phone where it auto scroll, where it just, you don't even have to use your thumb no more. That's how lazy the mind has become, the numbing of the mind. Imagine if you said, you know what, for 15, 30 minutes a day, I'm going to read me a book. I'm going to just read me a couple pages. Just every day. Just let me read a few pages of something. Let me read a few pages, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. And guess what? Sometimes you're going to get so swept up that you look up, it's an hour. It's an hour and a half later. You still reading. You still diving into something that is making you leave that phone and put that dang on phone down. All right. Stepping into my power at 62. I have less time moving forward. Here's the thing, Miss Smalley. Oh, excuse me. Oh, child. Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm 62 and I got less time. We're not thinking about the less time. We're thinking about the best time. The best is yet to come. So many of us have excluded ourselves from the joy of life because we said, well, I'm 62, I'm 42, I'm 72. And guess what? Somehow you still got some breath. Somehow the good Lord done woke you up and you get to see another sunrise and another sunset. What you gonna do? The best is yet to come, Miss Smalley. So we don't even care. The 62 is people who have, look at, what's that man, Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. When he make that recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken, now we know he probably stole that recipe. That's neither here nor there. But he said, I'm gonna make millions and I'm in my 60s. It does not matter. The best is yet to come. So at 62 years old, no matter how many summers you got left, baby, you about to go hard. You about to learn some stuff. They about to see a new you. They're going to be like, it feel like you getting younger. Girl, you 62. It's like you getting younger. It's like the years is going back because we are going to get back the thing God has the ability to restore. So many of you who feel like, oh, I feel old and I feel tired. No, it's because God can restore. There can be a new vigor, a new zeal in your life. There can be a new veil that is lifted into your life. And you're like, wait a minute, I feel younger. I feel better than I ever felt. I feel better at 62 than I did at 42. I need some people who are willing to take such a great leap of faith in their life that they are able to say, well, wait a minute, the latter shall be greater. What I'm about to walk into is about to be so much better than I walked out of. I'm about to walk into this new season. Baby, they ain't never seen 62 look so good. They ain't never seen 62 look so fly. They ain't never seen 62 look like this. Baby, stunting on them like what? Girl, I'm the number one stunner. Listen, I'm the number one stunner. They said that lady in Wakanda was like 80 when she got her big break. Red Fox was 60 plus. It's never too late. It's in your mind. See, we done been conditioned with time. God, what the Bible say? Something like a day is like 1,000 years. It's like one day to God. Something like that. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing, but you get what I'm talking about. that time that you have created, these years that you've made your life like, oh, I can't get back. No, we can't go get nothing back. But what can be restored is our energy, our zeal, our fresh new mind, a fresh new anointing, a fresh new perspective, a new way of looking at stuff, a new way of living, a new way of being. Imagine what your life will look like a year from now if you do something totally different. Imagine if you go get you a new skill, a new idea that you said, wait a minute, I'm going to nurture something for another year and see what happens. I did not understand what was that? January 26, 2023 is when we recorded the first episode of Bought and Powers Talks with Lisa Price. I was thinking of all the other Lisas I know. Lisa Price. And what she said to me on that day, well, she gave me that God wink that 3 years later, we're still sitting here because I sat there and I said to myself, Brandi, whatever this new season is, I was 40 years old. I became a talk show host at 40 years old. I'm just here to tell somebody. I became a talk show host at 40. I didn't do this at 20. 23, I was a high school teacher. 30, I was an executive director of my family's foundation. 40, I'm a talk show host. 43, well, now I'm about to I'm going to seminary at 43. So I know that what's to come, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. What are you willing to give up to go up in this season? And some of you, it's just going to require you to give up every limiting belief that somebody told you what you couldn't do, what wasn't expected of you, what they thought you weren't built for, what they thought you weren't made for, what they thought you could not handle. You are about to walk into this season and turn everything on its head. I'm here to tell you, what are you willing to give up? I'm willing to give up every fear that has had me stuck to the top of a boat. I'm giving up every fear that had me stuck to everything that said I couldn't, I wouldn't, I wasn't strong enough, I wasn't capable, I wasn't pretty enough, I wasn't light enough, I wasn't tall enough. All the things that somebody told you weren't. Yeah, that somebody had to, you think I fit the American standard of beauty? You think I fit what the image of or what's considered beautiful? But I'd be damned if you tell me I wasn't. I could care less what you think. I could care less. Everybody gonna have an opinion of what they think or who they think you are, who they thought you would be. Turn it on their head. Listen, turn it on their head. They said everybody hit like that because, baby, she busting in 2026, straight grown folk pressure. This is the thing. Your father has this 300 list challenges. I checked 32 items off that list 2 weeks ago. Just amazing. Imagine if you start holding yourself to a different standard. Okay? Miss Molly said, this is the best show on the internet. Brandi, Harvey, you are empowering more than you ever imagined. They said, Tiara said, because she's a Princeton girl. Come on. She going to Princeton. Let me say this. She going to Princeton. A place rooted in racism. They didn't even want Black people there, let alone a woman. A woman. They didn't admit their first woman until the 1960s at Princeton University. I'm going with guns blazing to rip down every stereotype they got. Come on now. This was a place they said was never meant for you. I'm about to go up in there and own it. I'm about to go up there and make it mine. I'm about to go up there and do my business. I'm about to do my big one. Do you understand? A place that was told I was not supposed to be there. They didn't make it for me. They made it for white men. Come on, y'all. I just need you to go with me. They didn't make it for me. That was not, I'm going into a space that was never designed for me to walk into. I'm about to walk into a space that was never designed for a Black woman to walk through. Come on. Come on. What are you willing? I just want people who are going to defy the odds. What are you going to defy in this season? What type of gravity are you going to defy in this season? What are you going to do that's never been done before? How are you going to move in a way that your family, everybody says, well, you look different. It's just something different about you. Hold on, wait a minute. I didn't defy gravity. I don't even walk the way I used to walk. I defy gravity. I don't even talk the way I used to talk. I have defied gravity. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Anywho, it's Winning Wednesday. You already know the vibes. You already know the vibes. Listen, they said this is the best show on the internet. Okay, come on. They said I stumbled on the right video. Myra said she stumbled on the right video. Honey, because here's the frequency. We on the frequency. We on the frequency of flying higher, of getting better, of walking taller, of being stronger in every area of our lives. We're on the frequency. So you tapped into this, you just on the frequency. They say happy Founders Day. What's up, y'all? All the deltas out there. Yes, Founders Day. Ooh, all the things. Listen, they say you about God's business. Honey, I know for a fact I'm on assignment. I know for a fact I'm on an assignment. You know why? Because couldn't nobody have told me that I was going to be going to Princeton University this year. Couldn't nobody have told me I was going to Princeton Seminary. If you would have asked me last year, ain't nothing about that on my bingo card. Did not want to think about going back to school. But God has let me know I got something that I need you to go get, because I need you to go open up a door for another Black woman so she can walk through. In a land of DEI, honey, they trying to take Black, and I still got in. Whoop! Take me through there, take me through it. Still got in. They done away with DEI. Still got in the door. They can take DEI, and I'm still coming in. Still hitting switches. Okay? And they done took DEI. So don't tell me what we waiting on. We just waiting on you to step up to the plate. We waiting for you to go take up some space. Waiting on you to get your mind right. Okay? So you can go, you hold the key that unlocked the door for somebody else to come behind you. That's all that is. Belinda said, I defied the odds when I was a 14-year-old teenage mom. My sons are 50 and 45. Wow. And are thriving. I went on to graduate college, 65 years old, working full-time and thriving. Come on. That's a baby having a baby. 14. Miss Belinda said, and I'm still going to defy the odds. Come on. Every last one of us is defying the odds in some way in our lives. We're defying expectations. We're defying what people thought, what people said, the prophecies that people laid down over our lives, and we rebuked it, and we became something better, something more, something greater. I need you to understand how powerful you are. Take the limiting beliefs off of your mind. Get out of your own way. Step into your power. Go take you a class. Go jump in that water. Learn how to swim. Go learn how to make you some stuff that's going to get your family healed. Okay? Food is medicine. Movement is medicine. So every time I tell y'all eat well, give a damn, move your body every single day, I'm giving you medicine. Come on, church. That's the medicine. How you gonna heal your life? I'm gonna eat well. I'm gonna give a damn. I'm gonna move my body every single day. Some of y'all power is being zapped because you don't even move. Some of your power is being zapped because you over here eating beige food every day. Come on, y'all. Some of your power is being zapped because you ain't drinking no water and you drinking sweet tea. Some of your power is being zapped because you won't put healthy nutrients in your body. If you think that you can defy the odds and not be well, if you can defy the odds and not heal yourself through food and through movement, baby, you crazy. We're going to leave you in the dust. We leaving everybody in the dust who don't move their body and who don't eat fruits and vegetables. We leaving y'all in the dust. We leaving y'all. Y'all not ready to go on the journey. The people who are ready to go on the journey and saying, you know what? This temple that I have, I'm going to guard it with everything, with my life. I'm going to guard it with everything I have. This temple that I have, this mind that I have, I'm going to sharpen my mind. I'm going to sharpen my, how y'all think we gonna move? Where is our weaponry coming from? It ain't just guns. It's what we're going to do here. It's how we're going to heal here. It's how we're going to heal our communities. I'm all off today. I'm all off on the tangent today. So, Tammy said, how can I reach you? My email is in my bio on Instagram. I am Brandi Harvey on Instagram. You can you can send me an email. Listen, Crystal, thank you. She said, this has blessed me. Beautiful first time catching live. Oh, all our first timers, stand up, all the visitors. We're blessed in the city. We're blessed. That's, it was a visitor song. So defy the odds. Listen, all the things, right? So whatever that requires you to do for reading your book, getting your food, eat well, give a damn, move your body. Let me get ready to go into this meeting. But I love y'all. I will see y'all next week. It's Winning Wednesday. Until next time, tomorrow, Vaughn Powers Talks, the new episode, Lateris R. Whitfield and Ashley Whitfield, his wife, are joining us for the show tomorrow. You will see that interview on Vaughn Powers, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Until next time, eat well, give a damn, move your body every single day. Peace. Bye, y'all.